So first round bans from last time, just to refresh chat's memories. 1 min again banned Spectre and
Weaver.
Thank you. And Team Imitating Connor banned Bane and Jakiro. I imagine that Team Imitating Connor are not going to change their bans. And I don't think 1 min again will change theirs either. I don't think it was a draft issue. I think it was very much a play issue. Because if they watch this back or watch their own VODs back, they'll see that they had the opportunity to really press their advantage but didn't quite manage it. Likewise, Imitating Connor probably have the same sort of feelings towards parts of the game as well. But for sure, it was a play win rather than a draft win. It's hard to have a draft win when it's like millimeters in terms of differences on the heroes. Like Lena, Puck are pretty interchangeable. Troll and Jug pretty interchangeable. Supports all just point target stuns, so it's pretty difficult for it to be.
You could say press their attack. Pie's banned for 7 days. Alright, so bans coming out. Bane, obviously, again. We'll see if they go with the same kind of thing. It may be that they want to pick up a different kind of carry on 1 mid again. Spectre, same thing last time.
1 mid again this time, going second pick. Might want to consider picking up Andy's hero in the first phase and then just banning out the counters in the subsequent ban phase. Is a thing that I've seen second pick people do a lot in pro games. I think the consensus is if you're first pick, you should pick double supports, and if you're second pick, you should pick support into core and then ban out the cores, because then it gives you the best possible lanes if you're first pick, which is your advantage, and if you're second pick, it lets you do the counter pick for the last pick.
Jagero.
So
Pog! Yeah. They've solved it! They banned the 2 supports and they picked the other one. Now what, Pizza? What are you going to do now? Play fucking Grimstroke or some shit, I don't know.
I don't actually know what the...
What's the 4th hero?
4th hero is for Pizza. Phoenix, maybe? I've seen them play Phoenix semi-recently.
Rubik?
Well, it's certainly not... Well, I don't think it's Rubik. I didn't actually like the Rubik pick last game, but this game it's already a million times better because it's Jakiro on the other team. So, this time round, I like this a lot more. Because the last time the problem with the Rubik was that they picked it after they banned Bane Jakiro. So really, what are you going to pick it for? They're not going to pick Earthshaker. So
that'd be wild. It wasn't a bad Rubik game last game, to be honest. Like I don't think Rubik ever stole from Puck. Got a lot of healing wards, got a lot of spins. Aiden equals done. This is definitely a 3-inch because Aiden wants to play this more than anything.
No, this is a 5-inch.
Oh shit!
It's on the other team.
He's done. Visage. Oh god.
Is this a flex pick? Feels like a flex pick.
I think Goon is flex drafting right now. He's just like, yeah, we'll pick your team. Fuck you.
Possibly, but Ench 5 into Rubik is kind of not great. I feel like Fadebolt is good against the Enchantress woman.
Yeah, I can see. I was talking about the Ench, Nathan. Calm down. Anyway, there has to be a worse player for Visage on 1 mid again. It's just such a shame it's a 5-way tie.
Yikes. Same sort of bans in mid phase bans as well. So Slark, Ursa, and I think it was Razor. No, Razor. What was it? What was that Andy hero?
Lifestealer? Smile?
No, Lifestealer wasn't banned. PA, it was PA. They've got exactly the same band apart from the Jakiro. And this time they've banned Goon's heroes, but just in a different order. TA's actually gone this time, which is interesting. Viper, Kunkka, TA doesn't really tell us whether or not they want this Visage mid or not. Because I guess the Kunkka does, because the Kunkka's really good against Visage. I guess Viper does as well, because it's also quite good against Visage, because it removes cloak stacks quite well. TA sort of does allude to the fact there's a mid Visage. Witch Doctor, yes, that is the 4th hero. We got there. That's the 4th one.
I like Witch Doctor.
Yeah, Witch Doctor's good. Also kind of, well, I don't think Imitating Connor needs the support, but actually is pretty good against Visage as well, I think. Bounce between the birds. Gonna see Juggernaut again from Imitating Connor. Don't fix what's not broken, I suppose. looked pretty good last time. Probably an even better game this time because I think at this point last time I know they hadn't showed the Legion yet, but they don't have the Legion and the Troll and a third hero that is good against Juggernaut. They've got maximum 2. Current heroes shown aren't particularly great against Juggernaut, so should be fine.
I was just gonna say, Nathan.
Screaming for Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster's bad here. Why would you want Beastmaster into Ench Juggernaut? You just get your balls stolen all the time, and it's better.
I guess yeah. If it's on the we got the Chappers team, then it's gonna be.
It bounty onto.
It can't be a 5-inch, right? It's got to be a 4.
It's for sure a 5-inch. It is for sure a 5-inch. And
what,
Anti Hero.
Fref's gonna play it, and then he's gonna go.
No, Fref is 5. It's a 4 hero.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter 3.
It's Bounty 3, which is the other Aiden meme hero, and I like the Bounty Hunter a lot more than the other options that chat are saying. It's actually medium good against the Enchantress because you have some mixed damage for her, and it's okay in lane against Juggernaut. But there is a thing here though. If they do decide to flip this Enchantress to 3, it's a really awful lane for Bounty Rubik into Juggernaut Jakiro. But I guess that's the same for any lane into X and Jakiro, because Jakiro is just dumb. So now we should be seeing the Chapman pick. Not really sure what is particularly good or bad here. Centaur is fine again. Axe is also fine, I guess. It's okay.
Seems there's a lot of attacks happening on Dire side.
Yeah, I suppose it's good against.
I wouldn't necessarily say that any of these heroes individually are good against Axe. I think Rubik's good against Axe.
Yeah, I think Rubik's okay against Axe. It's okay. The Axe's advantage of Axe versus Centaur is that it's better against Invis heroes because if you call them out, they remove their own Invis.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see some bans here now. Goon goes for the Darkseer ban, so they're not expecting this. They're not expecting this bounty to be a 3 at all. I don't think.
I don't know what they'd expect it to be then. Maybe they're really. I mean, people have been playing 4 Darkseer, but that doesn't explain the ban either.
Maybe they think it's a 4, but like One Minute again is for sure looking for an Andy hero now, so they should be cottoning onto this and probably be banning more of Andy's heroes. For the last 2 bans, you probably just eliminate Andy's hero pool altogether. Like they could just ban the Troll here, for example, and it'll be pretty decent because Troll's another one of those that's lanes okay into Axe, and it's good against Juggernaut. Less good against Axe than it is against Centaur later because I think Axe can cull through the ult. I'm not sure about that actually, but I like Sven. Sven is good. Not sure what else is okay. Although again, it's going to be laning into Jakiro. Like everything laning into Jakiro is so difficult. Maybe Slark, but Slark's banned. They banned the Doom, so they definitely don't expect this bounty to be a 3, which is super odd to me. Puck also banned out for Goon, so we've seen 4 bans on Goon now. Final one, Zeus. So Goon has Dragon Knight, I guess. I've seen him play. Magnus. Magnus is okay here.
I love
Actually, Magnus is really good here. Yeah, I like Magnus. You can empower your Juggernaut, or you can go for Death Prophet. I'm not sure about the Death Prophet. I was reasonably sure Visage is good against Death Prophet, but I might be misremembering. I suppose Soul Siphon removes stacks really quick as well, so maybe not. Someone needs to tell me whether it's good or not. But not sure on DP. DP has no health battery. It's okay. It's fine. So 1 minute again, last pick here. Probably Andy's hero has to deal with a lot here because right now, partly because I don't really know what a core Visage and a core Bounty offer to a lineup, but partly and it's not Flame. It's literally I just don't know how they play out. So I don't know what holes they need to plug, but they definitely need some team fight because right now Death Prophet wins a team fight alone.
Yeah, I mean your best team fight is Stolen Exorcism right now. Or like a really sick Ravage.
Honestly, I think it's just Sven. Sven is the only core, like pos 1 core I can think of that they could do. Maybe they can go AUK, but again, like the Jakiro makes it so awkward because you just get ruined. Yeah, in lane. Yeah, AUK is. I was thinking my thinking behind AUK is that it's a hero that can maybe 1v5, but he's gotta have no lane. Like he's just gonna have no lane.
I don't see how he has a lane at all.
Yeah.
Like if you, because like, what they can just do basically for free here is just put the Jakiro there, right? And have Enchantress play the 5.
No, this is already for sure.
I mean,
like
even with Enchantress,
90% sure. Even if, like, I mean, even Enchantress is probably enough to piss off an Alchemist enough that it will hamper him. The shining light in this is that it is still an Alchemist in an IDL game, and Alchemists tend to just get there somehow anyway. And if he can get that item timing down where he gets his Radiance BKB AC pre-25, he's going to have a huge timing on the opposing team. And there's not really much they can do about it. They don't have an AA. They don't even have a natural vessel builder. I guess Death Prophet can go for an early Shivers Guard, but it's not going to be early enough to do anything to an Alchemist. So there is that going for them. So I think One Mid again has a chance in this because the Alchemist is kind of cheese enough, but they're going to have to play their timing super well here to actually have a chance. Because anything, if this game goes beyond 30 minutes without a lane of Rax being down on the Radiant side, I think the game's just over. So we do see the edge going to the off lane, so it is the 4-inch rather than the 5-inch, which does mean that that bounty hunter lane is going to be horrific for the bounty hunter, and equally so for the AUK. Like these lanes are super weak. This is the advantage of being first pick. I think you just get better lanes.
Witch Doctor has a good lane, I think, but the core is being less than a brick. I think I think I just don't like one Alchemist. It's just so hard to want to like.
He just needs to get to level 3 and he can fuck off, I think. But getting to level 3 will be difficult. Peter will have to be very good at not sapping any experience.
But like, I think Entra's just really good at running at you if you want to try and jungle as AUK early.
Does that do, yeah.
Just takes a creep and goes fucks with you. Like, I think that's something that Ledup will be like really on top of doing. I like this. This starting items are quite interesting as well. He's done this on the Marana as well. Got 3 pieces of urn and some tangos, with a view to get a really quick urn. Obviously, this game the urn is even more value because of the Alchemist. Oh, Chapman's doing it to them.
Going to lose. They lost 3 bounties. There's 3-1 to the Radiant on bounties. Chapman took a lot of damage there, though. Let's go chase off this AUK.
It's going back in. Chapman! Chapman! He's probably dead here, actually, maybe, question mark.
Played a lot by this...
oh, Chapman! Get it up with the slow! The enchant is unreasonable! It's perfect! First blood, by the way. We caught it on camera as well. It's PogJam. No T-Tors.
Actually saw it this time.
No T-Tors in the chat. I feel like I just need to like shadow ban both Dom and Steven.
One of them will do. They feed off each other. If you only have one of them, they starve, and it's fine.
I've never seen that fucking RTZP emote. It's ridiculous.
AUK only has 1 tango left, and it's 1 minute into the lane. I really hope he's got some regen coming out.
It's in the stream title, Connor. Look at that. Like, new technology we've found. Jakiro down bottom's going super low. Dave as well.
Bounty doing okay. The Jakiro is not on full harass mode yet, so he's staying reasonably healthy. He's also got he's gonna build Tranquils. I guess that's smart against the Jakiro. Somewhat harassing coming out. Oh no, he's not building Tranquils. He's locked the ring on purpose so that it doesn't build the Tranquils. He just
Andy gonna die here already? I think he just dies to an impetus.
Oh, Andy, sorry, on the other side, yeah. I did say he was starting his starting items. Oh, he did have the salve. I don't know then, but Yeah, this is not a good lane for the Alchemist. He is level 2 now. He just needs one more level and he can probably go in jungle. But he will lose access to this small camp, which is kind of annoying for him, I suppose.
Yeah, this doesn't seem fun at all. Like, exactly what I thought was going to happen. Like, IDLUK takes control of a troll summoner and just runs at them.
Yeah,
Kills
this
them.
is... he's now got another creep, which is also really good against the Alchemist, because gives slow. Means that you can't just run away. He's gonna die
Observe as the
here.
clicking begins. Chapman.
He is definitely gonna die here.
Yep. This is zero fun allowed.
He TP back in as well, so his game is over.
The urn is done. The urn is ticking on pizza.
That is a done lane. Alchemist can't come back anymore.
Okay,
even if you wanted.
Steven, I've heard you've played Alchemist once or twice. Thoughts on this current lane?
What lane? He's jungling, obviously.
I mean, he's walking.
He has to just walk back to jungle. I don't think he can come back into this lane. He's just shown that he can't actually stand in the lane whatsoever. Witch Doctor or no Witch Doctor, he was going to die there. And I was going to say the saving grace, the other lanes are doing alright, but this DP is 12 and 10, whilst the Vicious is 3 and 0. So it's not looking great for Team Pete's right now. The Bounty Hunter's doing okay in terms of being even with the Jug, but the other two lanes are losing so horribly. It's going to be tough. Like, it's not completely over yet, because current game of Dota, the matches last a lot longer, so there's comeback potential, and there is some comeback in this. Like, Dire can get back into it when they get their power spikes, which is basically going to be when Digi gets 6, and Bounty Hunter gets 6, and Alchemist gets a Radiance, probably in that order, I imagine. The Rubik has TP top to try and salvage his top lane, which is okay because the Bounty Hunter maybe feels he's got his lane under the tower now, so you can just go and do something and come back when he needs another partner to actually contest further down the lane. The only problem is tri-laning isn't great for the Alchemist either because he's going to get less experience and he's already the most under-leveled hero in this lane. On top of that, the lane position right now is just not good for him, and it's actually just running him down. He's going to go down for it though, I think. Oh, missed on the Maledict there.
I think he's fine. Maybe a Fade Bolt comes in. Nice from Dave. He will die to the Ench though on the return.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Any breathing space is breathing space though for this Alchemist. Just hit level 3 now.
It's not really breathing space for him, no, because the Ench is still alive, and I think the Ench alone is able to 1v2 these two here now.
Okay,
and they're going to get the bounty runes as well on the Ench, for sure, out up top. Bounty's going to try and run for the one's bot. Jakiro can't contest, so yeah, the Bounty's going to get these runes for free. So I think part of this bot lane should have been killing this Bounty Hunter the moment the rotation came top. The fact that the Bounty Hunters managed to harass Fref down to nothing, whilst the Bounty is still reasonably healthy, is kind of not so great for your lane that should be completely stomped. Like, the Juggernaut should be going with this Jakiro and killing this Bounty Hunter when the Rubik left. But anyway, maybe the lack of comms meant that they couldn't do that. I expect the runes should go 2 for 2. Bounty should get the 2 bot and top should go to.
Why is no one playing Whack-A-Meepo?
Don't know. Probably discussing strats.
Try again. That was a good one.
They're talking about what they're having for tea.
Better. Yeah, like as Stephen is pointing out in chat, Aiden should be able to secure these bounties 1v2, which is an interesting development. And throughout the entire thing, I wasn't even super aware of how badly the Visage's lane was going. In addition to this, and Andy's he's been cold. There's a nice little cast from the Pizza Witch Doctor, but more pressure.
I did comment on the fact that the mid lane was not looking great. I mean, the Visage has managed to get a few more last hits now.
The slow on the pizza, and the call in the wave. Mega kill streak. That's 5-0. All the kills in this lane are on the Enchantress. And meanwhile, Aiden does die to a spin. No ice path even needed.
Not really required. He doesn't have boots yet, right? Oh, he does have boots. Then, but both have boots. He doesn't have his windlace. He does have his windlace. I don't know. He must have kind of mispositioned somewhat then. Plus the fact that the dual breath does also slow. Rubik's coming back bot now. Under disguise of smoke, he's going to try and help his bounty resalvage some lane. Like right now, they need to pick a lane and try and win that lane. If they keep moving between the different lanes, they're just gonna keep semi-losing each lane, and that's not gonna help. They need to win one lane hard and then roll that lane into another lane. Is what they need to do. And I think this alchemist really should just leave now. There's no futures here. He just needs to leave. And I really hope Chapman doesn't do the axe thing, which is to cut, because that's the one thing he can't do right now is to cut, because that will let the alch back into the game, I think.
He can't even do it particularly well, right? Because he has to do it in the weird position.
He can now. It's post 5 minutes. Rubik's TPing back top again. He's not going to get anything out of it. The alch was being pressured a bit under his own tower, and that's why he TP'd. Bounty seemingly okay with being solo bot, but I feel like if the bounty is okay solo bot, you just stick the Rubik there and make sure the enemy carry is having an equally bad time.
They need to be playing their XP ranges a bit better on dire supports, I think. Chapman's running at this alchemist. He's in a really odd space though.
He's
should die to this maledict, almost certainly.
Yeah,
no way he can get out of this.
Okay, so the rotations kind of work. They've got the alch a little bit of space, and they've killed the axe, which was getting a bit big. This enchantress though is still a huge problem. Like she has got Earn, boots, and the finished magic wand. Wand, yes. And it's halfway to the Vit booster for the Earn at 7.5 minutes for a pos 4. That's
with
insane
5
levels
kills.
Yeah, but that's insane levels of farm for a 4 like right now. He's third on net worth.
Yeah.
Basically second. This is just like that's the problem. This is an Axe 4, guys. Kill the Enchantress. But I don't think they can. As part of the problem, and I think this Witch Doctor is fully dead.
Feels bad, man. When you get cold as a level 4 Witch Doctor, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
In mid, we're seeing some issues as well. 1.2k the net, 1.1k the net worth lead for Goon.
Chloe has 6 now.
Yep, 7. Yep.
I don't know. It's not really. The problem is, so usually Vision 6 is a power spike, so you can force the enemy tower, but like DP is so good at deep pushing you can't really do that in your own lane. And if you dare to move to another lane, she's just gonna exit down your mid lane, and that's just super bad as well.
DP,
and it's not like
push in the name, mate.
Yeah, I suppose. There's not even like a hero that can just set in mid lane and sap. I guess you can put the alchemist there. Wouldn't be so bad. Fref Jakiro might die. Yes. Yes to the Maledict and gets the track kill as well. Yeah, this bounty hunter is going to have to do some propping up of this team. He again, this game I feel like he needs to tell this team, I'm strong hero, come fight with me. And that needs to happen soon rather than later.
Your strong hero being the one with the catch up mechanic as well, or ideally the roll mechanic, but the catch up mechanic is fine. Of track, you really want to shut down this Jug and you really want to do stuff with him. But I think Radiant are going to be happy to hold these lanes for as long as possible, but you're going to need to keep on top of this Alk. It's gone for
in a siller vein, top lane now is empty. The Alk has gone back into jungle, so they should do what they're doing right now. They're blasting this tower so that it opens up the map. Then IDLUK is then able to freely rotate wherever he wants, and that's continue getting his farm. Kills the Rubik, but he's going to die for this. Maledict goes out, he's going to spin off the first couple of ticks. DP's here now with Exo if she wants it, but she's going to Soul Siphon. Dust on Fref, chasing down this Bounty Hunter, and he's going to go down to this Crypt Swarm. And just in time for the 10-minute runes as well, and they're going to get all 4 here, I think.
Sad Alchemist again.
Sad Alchemist noises. And I don't want to look at the network graph. I don't think it's good for the morale if we look at the network graph right now.
Pizza's winning her position.
Yeah.
Hang on.
At least tying.
Hang on, no, never mind. Here's the Exo down in mid. This is a
Oh,
dead
right.
Visage. Fref dies as well.
It's a really difficult Visage game.
We lost Fref.
Forever. This might be Dire's way back into the game.
G lost a contact. Holy shit! This is.
I mean, he's Italian, right? That could just mean like someone he knows, as in like his mafia.
I lost a contact. It's racist. Oh, come on.
I couldn't help myself. His name's got Bella Napoli in it.
Yeah.
Now I want pizza.
Spam this head if Dire. You don't like pizza.
True, but
pizza.
I'm hungry and I just want food. Why am I casting? I didn't eat.
Jesus Christ.
I hope this is over soon. I imagine this is over in about 10 to 15 minutes anyway, hopefully. I really hope that June doesn't draw this out too much. Because right now...
June himself.
Yeah, I mean, like, right now, all they need to do is say, right, Axe, Enchantress, and Jakiro stand behind me. Every time I exorcism, we're going to kill a tower and a half. There's nothing that Dire can do about this right now. And as long as they don't give up too much map space while doing so, like if they do this whilst every time they see a hero prodding, they kill them, there's nothing they can do. There's just nothing they can do. They're so far behind. Axe probably has this Blink Dagger coming out on Courier, I imagine, because that's where Chapman plays. Yeah, he's got his Blink Dagger coming out. Like, they've got all the catch, they've got all the damage, they've got building damage, they've got CC coming from the Blink Axe and the Ice Path. They can just run around as 4 and kill everyone. And meanwhile, G gets to do what G loves doing, which is hit creeps and play PvE. It's perfect. And the Alchemist is so far behind that he's going to need like 5 minutes just to catch up to where he should have been 10 minutes ago.
Connor with a good point in the chat. 11-minute blink on 4-position axe.
Yeah.
Lee is currently 2-position axe, so swings and roundabouts. Oh, this is a 12-minute Enchantress keeping up with an Alchemist.
Rubik's dead here. A bit early on the call. Cull, sorry. Call, cull. Difficult words. Yeah, they just need to keep this pressure up. Like they should be closing up. They should be closing up this jungle space right now. The top side jungle where the Alk is living, that shouldn't be allowed. Like that they should know the jungle that is where he will be. They should be bringing the Jakiro and their Death Prophet and everyone else there, warding it up and just saying like, no, you can't farm there. And Chapman goes to the blind blink because he expects that's where the Alk should be.
You mean he's farming, dude? He's Blink called a camp. He's on it. He knows what he wants. What he wants is creeps.
Alk has realized that this is now what the Radiant will be doing and has smartly emigrated to the Triangle, which is where he now lives for the next 5 minutes, I assume.
I feel like I try really hard not to hop on about things in these casts, right? But Andy's halfway to his relic and IDLUK has a Spirit Vessel with 2 charges on it. I mean, this game is already going to be like...
It's already an uphill battle, but like the fact that...
An uphill battle is very generous.
Okay, fine. It's a sheer cliff. Is that close? Is that good enough? Oh, smoke revealed. I think I was by the tower. Chapman's running at this Alk. The Alk knows from the vision given by this nice ward over here.
Spin stolen again for Dave. He really likes
Exo's
those
up.
chug spells.
Exo's up, so they're just probably going to Exo down this mid tower, right?
Hope so.
Because they can get this mid tower pre
Button
20.
has been pressed.
And
Goon
the
really should be covering his spell. Really should be. There we
By
go.
accident, because he wanted to farm. Radiant, no, Dire are posturing like they want to fight this. I guess, oh, the Bounty Hunter does actually do a fair chunk of damage. Okay.
Does.
That hurts. He's building a pipe, which I'm not a huge fan of.
They're pushing this tower super slowly. Deep push is really good from Dire. Alk is getting this top space. Chapman's in though, onto the Bounty Hunter. There's a lot of heroes here though. It's chucked
Good
away.
call, being tracked. Juggernaut meanwhile pushing bot T1. Going for the Battlefield build again.
Don't see a reason not to in this particular game, do you?
I guess it gives them insurance that if they goes late, they win, which I think they do anyway. Like as I said previous to this, if the die aren't rolling in it by 25, they have very little chance in this game. But that EXO used for very little gain. I feel like they needed better vision to do this. Like they smoked initially to find this alchemist in this triangle. The alchemist just backed off immediately, and they didn't ward up or deward this area, so they don't actually know whether there's vision. But this dire ward has just been there. They didn't check this ward.
The blind? Is that blind? That can't be blind, can it?
Half blind. Jakira's interfering with this ALK up top on his own, but the ALK doesn't really care right now. He's 8. He's got ult if he needs it.
I know he's
Maybe.
I was down, but yeah.
And he's just going to back off. He's going to have his relic money in 300 gold, which isn't... it's not good timing, but like considering the game he's had, he is catching up. He is catching up slowly, but he is...
Faffing around is a perfect term for this corner. Like, they didn't... I feel like they could have hard committed to this mid tower, but they got barely any damage on it. I don't think a glyph was even forced. And the bot jungle Dire are the one making moves now. They want to smoke onto this jug, and they're probably going to find him. I don't know if they can actually hold him down, though.
They explore him, but
The
he's going to
spin,
spin.
like, I think you need to lead with lift, or you're just kind of doomed.
Pretty much, yeah. Everything else is slow otherwise. And I think the birds revealed their position anyway, so I think the jug knew what was happening before it happened. Meanwhile, so the Radiant are doing that thing I said where they need to close up the jungle space up top. But the problem with that is they're not... Oh, they got an EXO again. Can they get this Visage? Oh, good call. Kills the birds with the spin as well. Missed on the cull again, but doesn't matter. Big Deathwood coming out. This is a dead axe.
Nice silence, but the damage is done, literally.
EXO is still running, but there's no creeps, so this tower is reasonably safe. Rubik can...
Still got another 10 seconds left.
Just misses on the stomp. Nice ice path on 2 into
ice
macro
path.
fire.
And then there's one back.
Yeah.
He's spinning to avoid most of the macro fire, but Omni slash uphill. Wow, that's a message. I'll maybe be able to trade for this bot tower as well. There's a catapult he's safeguarding, babysitting. Goon's going for the Ags. Sure, I like that one, but
gets a call out on the alchemist.
Can you just TP if you're Andy? He's got
walk away.
Goon's here too, though.
Should be able to chase this down.
Meanwhile,
has blink up in 2. No radiance to cancel his blink, so we can just blink call again. Now the DP's called up. Soul Siphon, silence, everything. Should be that out.
Yeah, that just for the
moral support.
Plays.
Maybe he can walk out. Maybe his team is coming in. He's actually reasonably healthy. He's been spirit vesseled. He's dead. This time the cull goes through.
I think they probably could have got there, but not. They were like entirely unsure if they ever wanted to, really.
Yeah.
But critically, they still haven't lost that mid tier 2, and that's yet another exorcism been thrown at it. And they did get that bot tower.
Yeah, they didn't lose any tier 2s yet, which I'm surprised by, given that 13:55 I said they can push mid T2.
Yeah, one of the chokeholds as well is that if you get these outposts before 20 minutes, you're getting such an XP lead as well. Obviously, the one you already have, but there's a lot to like about Dire's, I guess, ability to have stayed in this game considering the start. It's 11k gold lead at 18 minutes, and you're an alchemist team, but it's better than it should be, I think. Maybe that's just depressing. You have to steal from Fref here if you're Dave in mid. Don't know what else you're gonna do. Such an odd position.
This chat is just for memes right now. I can't read it. My eyes are bleeding. This Rubik is very dead.
I have my inside information that Dave is asking for this Rubik. I'm not sure if he's... Like, we were talking about it, right? It's not the quintessential, like, we want to see Dave on X-Hero hero.
But I was expecting Clockwork and Tusk and Tiny or
Early boys.
Something, yeah, of that ilk, but we've been given Rubik instead. This Rubik game is much better than the last Rubik game for the Rubik. At least he's got spells to steal this time. But other than that, Macro Pass steal, I don't think I've seen him cast Ice Path yet. So Yet to see the impact of this Rubik. It's hard though when your team is far behind to be having a good game on your full, I think. Right now he's kind of just running interference so the Alk has space. He's going to finish his Radiance soon. It's coming out on the Courier. That should accelerate his farm. And I mean, he has 5 minutes to get that timing I was talking about. He to get that AC BKB Radiance. And he
Chappers
could
is
do
in.
it. Mid lane though.
It's a really nice
Down.
Death Ward,
Good,
possibly.
Death
Look
Ward,
at this.
and Cask.
The 3-man Ice Path. Fref, leave them alone. Oh my
into
god.
The Macropire, Silence, Exorcism. Are they going to dive past T3s for this?
They should not.
No, they should not, but it is a goon team. We've seen it happen. They should back off now, and they do.
Here's the Macropire again.
Yep.
For Dave. I would have chucked up the choke point, but maybe you can't really fight without your... It's only the Visage really, and Alchemist is off map. Or on map.
Alchemist gets another T1, and is farming enemy triangle for a bit.
I think if you're Dire though, you can use all of these both of these remaining tier 2s as your like space creation methods. Buy Andy as much as you can, and then you fight high ground maybe, I don't... It's so hard.
Yeah, they're doing as much as they can for the Alchemist. The only other issue is that it is only the Alchemist that's getting anything out of the map whilst they're doing all of this. So it is very much all of their eggs in this Alchemist basket, and I just don't think he can solo carry it. Like, any team already has the Spirit Vessel, they have physical damage, they have magic damage, they have silence, they have call. Like, the BKB is not even fully like immunity.
The thing is, if they're able to defend their high ground and pick up a couple kills, all of these kills are going to be tracked as well. Level 2 track now as well. That's the thing.
True.
It's not good. Like we're very clear on that one. It's not a good game for Dire right now, but it's about eking out those tiny advantages where they can play their comp. And I think the only reasonable way they're going to do that is with Alk with what, like Radiance BKB AC on high ground. That's maybe when they can do it.
I mean, at least they're not like I was expecting lane of racks by this point, so
Yeah,
they're doing better than I expected. And it's an 11k gold lead, but I feel like they had a 4k gold lead at like 7 minutes or
2
something.
minutes, yeah.
So they're not hemorrhaging the lead. They are losing slowly, but they're getting there. And the Alchemist is clawing his way to the top of this net worth board, as now Alchemist is off to do. He's going for the AC next, which I think is fine because it mitigates a lot of the enemy damage right now. And then getting the BKB allows him to fight properly or semi-properly. And this Bounty Hunter is doing a good job just like giving vision with tracks and just messing around, forcing the enemy team to think about what they're doing. Lotus Orb queued up on the axe. I was just about to say that the Radiant really do need the Lotus Orb on somebody at some point. Looks like Jug's gone for the same build as last time. Gonna get a Manta, which actually this game has a good Dispel. Like, Dispelling track is not nothing. It's pretty good. I assume he's not going to go in for the MKB next this time though. He might well just go for the Abyssal, I assume, just to preempt the Alk BKB possibly. But aside from that, maybe MKB's still fine as a damage item. They're going to go for Rosh, which I like. It's a bit safe, but maybe at this point they feel like they need to play a bit safe just to be sure.
So 24-minute Aegis, and they want to go for this top tower, as gloriously drawn out by Caster beforehand. Out top of the net worth, we're doing it.
Exorcism was used for the rush, so they don't have it for this incoming fight. I don't know if there's no way Diane knows that. Possibly, maybe they saw the end of that that EXO coming in. But this actually would be an okay time for them to fight now, because there's no Exorcism on the DP, which is probably as good a time to fight as they're going to get. Alk has got his AC coming out as well, so this is a pretty big spike. They have 70 seconds without Exo that they can fight into. But I think they're still on dodge mode until the Alchemist gets the BKB, I suppose.
Gaben still gives them a 3% chance. Nice call into mid, into the Omni Slash as well. Chloe just deleted. Yeah. Omni Slash picked up by Dave, but that's much less good on Rubik than it is on the Jug.
Deathwood goes out, but doesn't do very much damage to this Jug, who has now got 23 armor. He's got to go back in here. His team is with him. The Bounty Hunter sees all of this though. Jug comes
another beautiful call.
Big call in on the Alchemist. No Spirit Vessel though applied. I think he would have died then if he just had the Spirit Vessel applied to him there. But doesn't really matter that much. Rubik goes down as well.
Fresh should die as well.
Go down to this Bounty Hunter. He's tracked, so should be a dead.
Big cask, but
big cask on 2.
Oh, they get the reveal. I think he started his attack animation and then got silenced.
Yeah, I think he's dead for that now. Maybe.
Here's another Shadow Walk.
He's just super
and
fast
a Glimmer.
Anyway, and just walks fast.
True that. After the flows are off.
Alk is back in, having survived his previous near-death experience. And I think that was actually really good for Dire. They didn't have to use any buybacks. They lost just a Rubik in return for Axe and Jakiro. They got the Omni Slash out off the Jug, I believe, for that as well. So all in all, pretty good. Now they're going to get like a minute, probably a bit less than that, maybe 30 seconds of free time to farm for the Alk. They're going to get some runes first for the first time this game.
They got one in like the last batch, I think.
I'm exaggerating, but like they're getting space. Essentially, is the long and short of it. And the Alk is slowly doing it. We saw how difficult it was for them to kill him, even though he was CC'd up by the Axe.
Oh, Aiden has been caught out here.
Big cost goes out though. It's going to keep bouncing between
Essence
2.
Ring. Another Shadow Walk possible. But...
Oh, it turns around the track. I guess he was.
Elizabeth is godlike right now. 9-0 and 7 on this 4-position inch.
Big Deathwood out on Jakiro.
Chapman in the back lines, getting the clear Visage again.
Visage, yeah. Like the calls on Visage plus the 2 birds every time is just ruining Clove.
Actually diving Andy for this.
Andy is maybe dead. Omni Slash used.
And yet another Omni Slash from Dave. Let's go.
Yeah.
Still on cooldown actually from the last time Dave used.
Yeah. He's gonna be okay. Fine.
Just a bad spell though, sadly.
Yeah. He's gonna go for it. I mean, it's gonna do nothing, not even to the creeps. He's gonna die for it.
He needed to set up the stun while he was omniing. He needs to lift and then throw back so he can actually walk away. But I think with the Glimmer, like, that's the only way out.
Not a good spell to use on Rubik, I think, even. Like, unless you Fade Bolt a bunch of damage when you're level 15.
This is a kill from the... If they go in with this. The Aegis is popped.
Exo's coming up soon. No, 78. Ignore me.
Exo's a good one to fight back with, but this is another, yet another great cast going out.
Yep.
Ice Path stolen by the Rubik, and there's a 4-man Ice Path! This is exactly where you need to fight. The Death Ward's going out onto Jug, this should be a death here again. And that's exactly what the Dire need. 4 track kills, I would imagine. They should be able to chase this Goon Hero down. If Dave can get out on the map enough. The Ice Path is just not going to let him catch up.
I think the Bounty alone can chase this, to be honest.
Actually kill though?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, no.
Oh, here's Dave with the Ice Path. It's going to last for 5 years anyway. Steals the silence, just in case it's needed.
I think I would have kept the Ice Path, personally.
Yeah.
It's okay. They're going to get this Mid-Tier 1 now. That was the return that they needed. And it all started with Ice Path on 3. But not from the thing you expected.
4 even, yeah. I think it was really hard for Jug to get out of that Paralyzing Cask as well. A lot of the damage coming through from the Death Ward, just the wombo combo they need on the high ground, and like you were saying, the maybe a space that Andy had last time, they're getting towers off this, they're getting jungle space, they're getting map space, they're getting BKB on the Alk is finished now.
They're getting all of it.
They're getting all of it.
Yeah, and the Alk has now completed the trio of items he needs to fight.
Yep.
So, and he survived that last fight altogether, right? He didn't die at all during that fight, I believe.
Believe so.
Which means he got all of that goodness.
And they have a repair kit for the Dire. Nice high ground push, idiots.
It's all coming out for Dire right now. Like, it feels like they're turning a corner, and they're gonna feel it for like at least a good 5-10 minutes, because I think Radiant are gonna be a bit too scared to make aggressive moves, even though they have a 6k gold lead, and as long as they remove I think what they need to do, they need to target the 2 supports. If they can kill the Witch Doctor and Rubik in a start fight, I don't think there's much counterplay, because right now, all of these fights right now, they're being lost on casks, they're being lost on ice paths.
Yep.
Yes, the bounty hunter is annoying, and the Alk is sort of damaging you now, and I think closed visage is like, we haven't seen the birds coming out doing much yet, but Axe is able to solo hold that together. So as long as you kill the 2 supports, I think the fights are super easy for Radiant. And they just need to target those 2 supports so they can't get CC'd by them.
Yep. I think Dave needs to not cast Omni Slash, needs to cast Ice Path.
Yeah, cast more Ice Paths, and I think this game is pretty good for Dire as well. So...
Aiden's at least doing his job about getting everything tracked up here in the jungle, so they know more or less where everyone is. A nice call onto 2. Chapman probably doesn't go down here. Sort of assumption reflected. Could be a steal for Dave here if he can find it.
He can be popped by the Alchemist. Alchemist is on 2. But he's fighting here alone, basically. He's going to kill the Axe. Big Deathwood coming out. Yule's up. Omni Slash goes out.
Rubik Exorcism as well.
I can't tell who's, but
There's so many ghosts.
Think the Oh,
Goon
he
just dies?
it.
He has no respect for his own spell. And the Soul Assumption is going to come through as well. Is Aiden going to be able to clear up here as well? There's a pizza cask here somewhere.
Possibly.
It's going to be down to 1. Spins it.
I think Goon didn't realise those ghosts weren't his.
I don't think he did either. Is there a cask? No. Oh, he gets him!
Didn't need it. So that's 2
Yet
buybacks.
again.
But they hold. They don't quite wipe Radiant. Alk did die. They brought back 2. It's probably a fine trade, to be honest. But track kills, I don't know whether you got that on the stream.
Yeah.
Do you have to cut on the recap? Track kills are probably slightly swinging it towards Radiant. Sorry, Dire.
Quite a bit, yeah. 3k the gold swing up for a Dire there.
What they need to be careful of is here, they don't overcommit for this tower. There's only 20 seconds before the whole Radiant team comes back. You're not gonna do much to the tower.
They're catching
gonna
the
go for
jug?
the jug. No, he's gonna spin TP.
No basher.
Nothing to cancel. That might be the bounty's next item, to be honest. But he's going for Dagon. Okay.
Chapman gets some birds, gets some visage. There's a reflected cask of the Lotus Orb as well. This is going to be brutal for Dire. They've done exactly what we're talking about here.
It's all assumptioned into this. Let's stop killing the visage. TP's out from the Rubik. Yule's just in time. Cole's gonna get there anyway. And that's a dead Rubik.
Dieback Rubik as well.
Overstayed for sure.
Chapman with the clutch soul assumption onto the visage, yeah. He knows what spells he wants to cast.
The timer was on 20 seconds when they were approaching the tower. They spent 10 seconds on it on trying to kill a jug. He spun TP away and then they got caught out.
Yep. Death timers are important, and they may just try and plow down.
They'll get a lane here. Yeah, they'll get a lane here.
Yeah, the lane is free. Exorcism is up. I mean, they can go for it.
They can go for top.
They're exoing for top, yeah. They do have a glyph on Dire. There's no buyback on the Rubik, sorry, but they might need to try to do something. They do have a repair kit out. It's a nice play from Pizza, sneaking in there with the Glimmer Cape. You need to start throwing casks. I think you just need to start reducing the damage. It doesn't matter. Look at this Exo. Throw a glitter, now you're far forward.
The classic support poking gets caught by the Blink Axe. Alk is back now trying to defend, but this Venerax is forfeit. They're not going to get anything further from this, I don't think. They might back for Roche, which is up in 30 seconds. 37
you can fight with there, but like, you can't fight here, but I think it's needs to throw a cask from distance and not try and play around. So what level's the Maledict AoE? Is that 20? Oh, they went to the cast bounces. Okay. Hill it up with the game sense. Tries for the dust and misses. I think he actually hit, but the Manta got him. I don't know.
I think Goon's finishing this Shivas, and we're going to swing back to the point where Alk is going to struggle again, because his BKB I guess he's only used it once. It's okay.
Yep, Roche spawns while Chapman goes into check. Aiden does know about it. Or should know about it. Courier flies on home with the knowledge. Illidub Enchantress still 10 and 2 and 13. The big carry.
TPing over now. They want this Roshan so they can finish the game. Before he did so, he pushed the lane up so he knows the Dire needs to do some sort of lane cleanup on the bot side. So there should be a free rush if they want it. Pick up 2 runes first as well. Super good against the
Just enchant the Roshan forehead.
It's going down super quick as well.
Yep. The Meteor Hammer on Fref. What a god.
Orb of Destruction, MKB Basher on the Juggernaut. It's a lot of damage. Birds coming in to sell this. They're going to.
Everything misses for the first time round.
Yeah. Macropie goes down. Omni Slash out. Kills the Alk. Deathward comes out. Big one. That doesn't kill anybody. Just damages everyone a little bit.
Buying back on Alk, or are we just assuming this is all gone?
I think he's assuming this is all gone.
I think that's probably correct, but gonna have to leave now. Chapman gets the birds at least. How's Visage on summons wise? Not for a bit. Let's see how they hold. Meteor Hammer Exorcism.
I think if Andy's gonna hold buyback, the game is over.
Anna? Anna D?
Anna? No, that's Puck. That's Dave that died there. Oh, Anna, sorry. Late on the buyback. I think
Such a late buyback.
It's already too late though. Exo's already out. Like the DP doesn't care. You can just hit
a lot
the
of
tower.
damage here.
Maybe Aegis popped. Alk is bashing this axe into oblivion. Jug's gonna spin and trying to hit the ancient, but I don't think it's enough. They might have just done it on Dire. They might have just been able to save the
Alex
ancient.
is back, he's clicking that ancient, look at him.
They still have a repair kit. Somewhere, right?
It's on pizza, I think.
Someone has it.
Might just be gone now at this point. I'll check the base.
Well, they do manage to hold.
It's in Rubik's backpack, apparently.
They do manage to hold.
Space created. I love these guys.
That late buyback though kind of illustrates why it's a late buyback. Because if he just bought back before the T4s went down, I guess maybe they don't get the good fight. It's hard to say. Maybe Radiant don't commit if Dave buys back, and maybe they don't get that fight out of it. I don't know. It's hard because you lose your T4s now, and it was super close.
Thing is, what are you gonna do next time they just barrel down mid? Maybe they wait for the Roshan. Maybe they just walk in with Exorcism. You need to, as soon as Dave respawns, I guess he needs to prop this up to full health. I guess it's gonna regen. Maybe you have to save it. I don't know. It's so hard. GG push or lose to the Omni Slash on next push. Yeah, that's a rock and a hard place very much, isn't it?
I don't think they can GG push. It's not enough time. I think they just have to rely on Radiant to make more mistakes pushing. Right now is the only thing they can really do.
How could the self-stun? Needs to run away.
I cancel this TP in. This Jakira has been left for dead.
Oopsie.
They get this bot T2. It's all fine. They get the outpost as well, possibly on the way out. Near enough 39 minutes, maybe they won't get recapped.
Alk's queuing up a rapier. It's do or die. Probably die, but do.
Not keen on the rapier out. He's got the abyss, so I guess there's not really another item he wants. I think he wants more armor, and I think he should get a Shiver's Guard on top of the AC. But
I think there's also an argument to buy your Witch Doctor an Ags for the way you want to fight, but that's obviously difficult.
Or get himself a Moonshard, maybe. Also,
I think if he wants to buy an item for himself, he probably should buy the rapier. 20 with his 25, it's hard. Or it's a really big push, but rapier leveler, yeah, it could be. They just need to stop, like, Aiden's showing on the wave here, just gonna get completely destroyed. Or, he's fine. Mantis off the silence, should be able to invis away. He's dusted though. Team?
He's busted, yeah.
Team?
Doesn't have another purge. Doesn't have a way to save him. He does have buyback though. Deathward goes out, Exo goes out as well. Soul Assumption on 3. Small cask, Meteor Hammer. There was a Witch Doctor there, but I think Omni Slash was used.
This is a good fight for the Dire right now though. Axe is dead. So. What else are you gonna get? Goon is still here. Kill him, please. You just have to commit onto this. Oh, there he goes. Here's the Ice Path. Can he steal that?
Dead
Click
on
him.
The Death Prophet.
Jug's dead as well. Alex should follow up here.
Only 2 supports left, and it's bound to track them both. They can just chase them down forever.
Still untouchable.
Yeah, Enchantress is untouchable. That is the issue.
It's a big stun though, and then Chloe with the bird stun should get in.
Yeah.
Birds? Team? I thought the noise that I heard made me certain that Aiden died to Fref, and I was going to be really fucking confused.
That did not happen, but that's a 5-4-0 with 2 buybacks, I guess. So 5-4-2. Like Dire's holding over the skin of their teeth, but they need to make these wins pay.
Game's even, Tom. Look at it. 1k net worth lead. Easy game.
If it was a 1k net worth lead, and the base was even, yes.
They glyphed this? Okay. They used glyph back on Dire? I guess they're going for it. Like there's... okay. Rapier's done.
Yep. BKB up in 1 second.
They have all the buybacks, like surely they see this on Radiant, they're going for it.
They have to buy back here, right? They're buying back now.
Back.
There's no Rubik here. BKB is up on the Alk, so he can BKB. Is he just gonna BKB hit?
Oh,
He's
Andy,
gonna kill.
Andy, please. This is sketch.
Big death.
Oh no, this is so much control.
Such a good call from the Axe on 3. It's gonna get the Alk.
Rapier on deck, Rapier on deck.
Someone pick up the Rapier.
This is it.
No.
See it, Jug has it. No, they don't see it. The game's over anyway, but they don't see it.
Yet.
Chloe with
Deny
the
Rapier.
I don't know what Andy abyssaled, but surely he had to just keep clicking. They'd use the glyph.
He abyssaled the Death Prophet. They also stacked up on top of each other for that axe call, which was beautiful, by the way.
Rubik wasn't there at all as well. Think about how that fight goes if there's a few ice paths in the mix or any other spells. Now I don't think they can actually stop them running at them, right? 90 seconds without your cores?
90 seconds without your 2 cores
like,
too many seconds.
Can you get a courier into their base? Like, surely that's what you need to do at this point. Look at this Rapier. I can't believe this Rapier's here. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, he really needs to cut the wave.
Chloe's trying to pick it up with a bird, I think, or something. I don't know what that was.
Not sure. I mean...
Maybe they were trying to deny it, like I was saying, but you can't deny
it, right? Yeah. This is just back. There's a repair kit onto the... But it's just going down. The X's are just too much.
Very little you can do
There's the Meteor Hammer. Well, they certainly gave us a game. We didn't think we were going to get one.
No. They sure did drag it out to 40 minutes. A series of ups and downs. That second game started off like it was just going to be a quick one, and then ended up being a 43-minute slogfest where, again, I feel like maybe Dire could have won there at the end with the Rapier out. Maybe if they positioned a bit better, didn't get axe called so easily. Because it was just the out call that was going to be able to control him, and with the Rapier, he was shredding through those buildings.
Yeah. I think we see this every time we want to try and throw in, right, and the situation's a little bit less than perfect. When you have buybacks into you, and when you have such a clear window, you have your BKB timing, you have your like Rapier, like I feel like there's nothing you want to do there that isn't just thrown. I think there was a call made to go past onto the Death Prophet, and don't get me wrong, if they win that fight, the game is for sure over, and there's no recourse for Radiant. But it's so hard to know what to do, what the right play is.
Maybe he thought he could kill the DP quickly enough, but
It
the
looked
DP
like it was
had
gonna
duels.
happen. Yeah. He
The
also
DP has duels, and like the axe is behind her and could always call you off it. So it's difficult. I don't think it was necessarily a wrong call, but
no,
in
it's impossible to know what to do. I think the only saving grace is that you know all the buybacks are coming as soon as, well, obviously as soon as you see them, and you very aware they don't have the glyph because they just used it in mid. I think that those things are the things that normally get you when you try and high ground push, right? When you try and throw in. So once you see the buybacks, it's a really tough fight. Rubik not being there is really, really rough, but the lanes are obviously coming in on every other lane as well. So hard to know what to do.
maybe they needed to slow, like it's hard because you want to do it quickly, but maybe they needed to be a bit slower in pushing into the base. Because if they just took a lane the mid racks first, actually like cleaned out the racks, I think that would have given them enough time for the Rubik to wander over, because the Rubik was making his way
Yeah, he
to
was
the
walking.
team.
Yeah.
And if the Rubik was able to connect a little bit sooner, maybe this extra control for the axe comes out, and maybe that last like game-winning call was less game-winning. But Chapman again with the clutch plays at the end there for his team.
Chapman. Big game.
Big game. That's why they named the team after him.